should have never been. Thought you were bulletproof. Look at you. What happened? Did she hurt you? Are you okay, baby? Everyone gets hurt. That's how we learn to make love work. It's part of life. But if you need a lullaby, baby, don't cry no more. Just let her walk out your door. Baby, don't cry no more. Mama's here. I wrote a lullaby for you. To you. Wasted loving all the nights I spent wondering why we couldn't be. Ooh. And now that you're alone, you're on my phone, running game. But maybe, baby, when it settles in that you're to blame, we could move on, pick up where we went wrong, baby. Everyone gets hurt. That's how we learn to make love work.
NathanIvey.com. Mr. Ivey know the show must go on. And for Cincinnati, man, I put on. Tunes made another flame beat for me to cook on. Raised dogs, close fish, yeah, too strong. Team AI, chop it up at the chop shop. Top notch with the king flow, the hot shot. Cop squats in, listen to the real. Jumping like hopscotch, nobody harder than, oh, no, think not. Not only citywide, but nationwide. Superlatives, keep it locked like them Haitian guys. Put the truth in the airwaves, we talk about it. Brand new like the templates, let's be about it. Who got the info by the AM? Jono be the rapper, got them jamming when they play him. Staying in my lane, they ain't gotta okay him. Who the host with the scoop? Yeah, they gon' say him. Ivy, so superlative like a bag of drippos. Show you where the Brits at, Cincinnati Reds at. One time where my people at. Team NI where my people at. It's the 5-1-3, yeah, you know the flow. What's the word, Nate? Let them know the show. One time where my people at. Team NI where my people at.
Good morning, and welcome back to the last honest place in America. It's the Nathan Ivey Show. Now, I wasn't with you for a couple days, and the world went a little bit haywire. And I'm back to bring common sense. All right, so take a minute and please share today's show. Now, let me say it from the front. Only a few will appreciate what's about to happen. This ain't for everybody. I already get it. I'm cool with that. If you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth and everything you ever tried to have or tried to do worked perfectly, if every door has always been open to you, you might not understand where I'm coming from. But give it a couple days. You know, the flow is an acquired taste. If you don't like it, acquire some taste. Simple as that. Good morning to you. I'm back. Good morning. I was off for a few days. On Monday, I was ill. I don't know what it was. And then on Tuesday, I had family business. But I'm back to be with you and finish out the week. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Let's get straight into it. Let me set up today's topic. The cover story and topic is D. Wade is a good father. Leave him and his family alone. Leave him and his family alone. What you're seeing there is an image of his child, son or daughter. That's his child. So if you don't know, D. Wade, NBA superstar, and I enjoy watching him ball out. He has a transgender child, born biologically a boy, living her life now as a girl. I have no problem respecting the way other people want to be acknowledged. I have no problem with that. I don't understand why some black people and some people do. You mean it? You're disrespectful. Fuck you. You mean that it? No, you mean that human being that's living an alternative lifestyle, a different style. I mean, you can live the way you want to live in America. Now, before somebody asks me the dumbest question in the world on this topic, what if that was your son? Let me go ahead and answer it. If that was my son, I might do exactly what D. Wade is doing. I would support my child, period. I don't care who you dating. I don't get into all that stuff. That's none of my business, right? Especially when they get 18. Now, let me be honest with you. I grew up old school. I grew up with, when you live in your parents' house, it's their rules. That's how I grew up. So part of me feel like if my son or daughter was transgender, you can't do that till you get 18. But that's easy for me to say because I'm not in that position. I don't know. But I tell you one thing, I'm never going to abandon my child, no matter what they do, no matter who they become. Unless they out here doing some old evil shit, some old against the God shit. Now, some of y'all might say, this is against God. Well, you know what? I don't know what to say then. Because God created all this stuff. God is omnipotent and all powerful. And if he didn't want transgenders to be on earth, they wouldn't be here, period. I don't get it. We always talk about the plight of the black child and fathers that lead their kids. D. Wade is in his child's life. And people steady got something to say. I'll say it again. D. Wade is a good father. Leave him and his family the F alone. Go get some business. I don't know what's going on there. All I know is the black man is supporting his child, and it's beautiful. And I don't care what the gender of the child is. What difference does that make? How many people have children in the audience? Like, how many people are going to abandon your child because of something that somebody else said? Raise your hand if you're going to do that. You're going to abandon your child because something that somebody else said. I know I ain't going out like that. I don't give a gosh darn. Yeah, good morning. I'm back with a vengeance. Good morning to you. We need this. Good morning. Good morning. Locally, Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Deters referred to himself as a pigeon. That's right. The animal, some people call them flying rats. He referred to himself as a pigeon in a recent interview with the folks over at Cincinnati.com. And I thought it was quite honestly very interesting. I want to share my reaction to that interview. By the way, I don't know where Joe Deters is, but wherever he is, Jason Williams' lips is on his ass. Can somebody please help? We need a GoFundMe. We need to help Jason Williams. It's like that movie Centipede, which you should never watch. Somebody surgically sewed his lips on Joe Deters' ass, and he can't remove it. No wonder people think journalism is dead. Also, today is 420, and I want to answer a question, okay, about recreational marijuana in Ohio. People keep asking, is it going to happen? Yeah, it's going to happen. That ain't even a question. The question is not if it's going to happen. It's when it's going to happen and who's going to get paid. That's the number one question about recreational marijuana in Ohio. Who's going to get the money? Is it going to be the same old, or are we going to diversify these profits? Because as I keep telling you, human beings love sex. They love drugs. They love to eat and drink. That's what human beings like to do. And if you got any kind of business that deals with any of that, you setting yourself up for lifetime profits. They're going to keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. But I'm going to give you my thoughts about that. Also, the man shaming and the emasculation of men of color continues. In a recent Breakfast Club clip, it was revealed that DJ Envy's wife has been faking, or she faked orgasms like in the first 10 years of their relationship. Now, I don't know how they got on this topic, but I'm watching the video. They're sitting side by side, and she's like, yeah, you know, you want to reward your man, but so I used to fake orgasms. I want to, yeah, man, shaming men and ridiculing men of color is a pastime. It's funny, right? But let me flip that. Men fake, or we fake pleasure too. And we can't, it's hard to fake an orgasm as a man because you got evidence. But you can fake the level of your pleasure. Men fake it too. I'm gonna break this down for some of you women out there, all of your high horse. Yeah, we do it too. We don't want to hurt your feelings. We've been preconditioned to always think that the ussy and say the ussy is good. And it is generally, but there's levels to it. Oh, you thought it was all to say? Yeah, it's levels to it. I'll share it with you this morning. Good morning to you. 513-873-7134. That is my number. You can call straight into the show this morning. You can also text me at 953-4224. 953-4224. It'll hit me on this phone right here. Good morning to you. Oh, boy. There you go. Good morning. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. What's up, Ray? What's up, Ashley? Good morning to you. They're on the speaker side of things. Good morning to my people on TuneIn, to my people on YouTube, my people on Facebook. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. I missed y'all. I'm back now. Nat writes, Nate about to break down the WAP, LOL. Maybe. Mr. Jolly writes, D Wade is why all of us white people are so happy and laughing, so keep it up. Is that right? Tony writes, don't reveal the secrets, Nate. No, I'm sick of this shit. You know, I saw this article. I saw the clip. I'm like, what are you doing, DJ Envy? Keep that to yourself. But I guess he's okay with it. Women out here lying to their men. That's how it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm watching this like, well, she's not doing him or her a favor. You know what I'm saying? If your man is not making you orgasm, or your woman is not making you orgasm, and you just gonna lie about it for 10 years, who are you really hurting? What are you really doing? Fucking dumb shit. Break all this shit down, man. 513-873. I've had some sad ass too. Sad ass. That's funny. Sad ass. That's hilarious. Yeah, everyone out here thinks she sit on a pot of gold. Okay, you think what you want to, sis. Think what you want to do. Think what you want. Tony writes, DJ Envy did look like the wife of that motivational speaker who was cheating on her, LOL. Is that right? Oh, you talking about the dark-skinned dude? I forget the guy's name. I remember that. I'm like, come on, right? She's like, oh, I'm sure a lot of women can relate. Like, why would you ever? I mean, the betrayal. Like I said, playing games with men and lying to men, that's all acceptable. Lying to men and playing games with men and doing this, that's all fun and games to women. Totally acceptable in our society, especially when it's a man of color. Get the hell out of here. Men fake it too. We fake it too. Every man in here has probably faked it with a woman at some point, depending on your level of experience and whatever other factors. But we don't tell y'all that, right? We act like it. A WAP is WAP. WAP is not WAP. Don't let nobody lie to you. All WAP is not the same. Good morning to you. I'm going to get in trouble this morning, but that's how I like it. But let me circle back to D Wade. So there was an image put out of Zaya, and apparently she's got a new boyfriend. Who posted this? This was Lee Jarrett. What's up, Lee? Thank you, bro. He writes, riddle me this. D-Wade's daughter, who was once a boy, is dating a boy who was once a girl. Question choppers. Are they now a heterosexual couple? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Lee. And honestly, I don't think it really matters. I don't know, and I don't think it really matters that much. The only thing that matters is from the standpoint of a father is that you support your children. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. My daughter is 16. She'll be 18 in 2 years. She can't and wait. I can't wait to be 18. I can't wait to be 18. I can't wait to be 18. Y'all ain't gonna see me. Y'all ain't gonna see me. I'm like, damn, you acting like you grew up in an abusive house or something. She can't wait to leave. We just be telling her like, okay, sis, sound good, don't it? Mm-hmm. We doing taxes this past week. She walks in, looks at the big stack of papers, walks right back out. I'm like, you ain't can't do that no more, sis. Because you want to be 18, right? Want to be 18. Want to be 18. Can't wait to be 18. I'm looking at her like, okay. But I've done my work where my work isn't over, but I've laid the foundation with Medium Buddha. Who she is who she is. It is what it is at this point. When she get 18, 19, 20, who she sleeping with and love and I don't care now. I really don't care then. You're grown. That's you. That's all on you. So it really wouldn't make a difference to me. I told my daughter, because all kids go through this, I think. I told my daughter when she was younger, she came to me when she asked me this. And when your kid asks you something like this, you'd be like, why is she asking me this? But you know, my style is if you ask daddy a question, daddy's gonna give you the 100% honest truth. And if I need to break it down in the street lingo, if I need to get all medical with you with the terms, I'm gonna do all of that because you asked me. So my daughter came to me many years ago and she asked me, Dad, would you have a problem if I was gay? And I looked at her, what's going through my mind, like, damn, she must be gay. Okay. Talk to the wife, you're like, she asked me this. She's like, really? Yeah. What'd you tell her? I told her. And that's on you. I don't feel no ways about it. You know what I'm saying? As a heterosexual black man, I want my kids to be heterosexual, just like me, like most people do. But who you are and who you gonna be, that's on you, sis. She kind of looked at me. And then you know how it is. She came back a few times later with different questions and scenarios with her friends. I gave her the straight dope every single time. I don't care. Use mine. Period. And I'm gonna be here for you no matter what. So when I hear people criticizing D Wade and his daughter and his son, I'm like, well, what you want him to do? Leave his child? Like, what you want him to do? You want to post a video of him bringing out the belt? He gonna whoop the transgender out of her? What you want him to do? And quiet as kept, this is an issue that a lot of families are dealing with, a lot of black families are dealing with across the nation. I think that D Wade is providing an excellent example. I don't care. Some of you religious folks, y'all in y'all religious bag, get the hell out of it. Get out of that. Because if you caught up with that religious bag, at some point, if we talk long enough, you're probably on some hypocritical shit. Ain't everybody's sinners, all of us. Even the ones that go to church on Sundays. And in some cases, especially the ones that go to church on Sundays. Because they chasing shit they did trying to get into heaven. So I don't really get caught up with the judgments like that. I mean, you want D Wade to what? Disown his child? He ain't going to do that. What you want him to do? Post a video where he's whooping the transgender out of her? You ain't going to be transgender in this house. Like, what you think is supposed to happen here? His child is who they are, and that's what it is. They try to make the best out of it. And this world is so cruel. This world is so cruel. It's so angry for people in general. But especially for black folks, you already know. And you transgender black folks, and you the daughter of a NBA former superstar. Oh, he's got to put his arms around his child and protect his child, because this world will eat you up. This world will eat you up and spit you out. And then say, can I have some more? That's how this world is. So he protected his child. And all these people think that don't make you more of a man or a heterosexual because that was my kid. Come on. And again, Lee, I'm not getting on you, bro, because I've been feeling this way no matter what. It's not you, bro. It's all me. It's all me. I'm just saying, for all the folks out there looking at D Wade and you like, he should do something about that. What you want him to do? Force her to not be transgender? Now, how's that going to go? How's that going to work? You ever dealt with a teenager? How the hell is that going to go? Is that what you want to see? He gonna beat the transgender out of her? He gonna send her to like one of these transgender conversion therapy camps or something like that? Like, what do you want this man to do? other than show that agape love. Now, we like agape love in our culture. He's showing agape love to his child. I do the same gosh darn thing if that was my son, if that was my daughter. Now, inside, I'd be like, gosh, I want my kids to be like me, be like Pops. But they're going to be who they're going to be. Now, can you feel me, Choppers? How do you feel about this? 513-873-7134. There's Cass, everybody. She got a brand new book out. We got to Choppers support Choppers. I'm going to be hooking up with Cass real soon, maybe even sometime this week to come on and talk about the book. I think it's fantastic. And of course, you can check out our podcast, Melanin Insights, on Sundays at 5:30. You can check it out on Facebook. They have a Facebook page up right now called Melanin Insights Podcast. Check them out. Speaking of shout out to Brother Christian Boykin doing an excellent job, man. If you're not checking out the Echo Chamber podcast, why not? Brothers on YouTube, find them there, Echo Chamber podcast with Christian Boykin. And, more local creatives providing something for the culture, putting things out to the airwaves, man. I think very highly about what the brother's doing. I think very highly about what everybody's doing. I really do. People, a lot of good, creative, smart, intelligent people just giving their voice, back to the community. So you got to respect that. But Cass has a new book out, everybody. So find her on Facebook and check it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you to do with your dollars or anything like that, but check it out. Choppers support Choppers. Anthony writes, morning chop shop. Brandy writes, greetings. I want to say again, I've got a chance to look at the footage, and I want to say again, thank you to all those people that helped us out with that video project. It turned out very well. We were very pleased with the footage, and I've begun looking through the footage. So we might share with you folks and get your reactions as well as we start to break it down and edit and figure out what it's going to be. But it was a good time. It's a good time. Tanika writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Anthony's in the house with brother Anthony, holding us down, man. Appreciate you. All your support, man. Brandy writes, greetings. I might be saying it twice, but Joe writes, welcome back, Nate. Hope you're feeling better. Let's get to it, Choppers. Yeah, Monday, I don't know what it was. I literally was about to start the show. You need to get all the details, but it wasn't good. Let's put it that way. Shaba writes, good morning. We see we talking child endangerment today. Multiple topics this morning. Some local, some statewide, some cultural. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about it. Charles writes, Grand Risings, Nate and the Choppers. Tabitha's in the house. Good morning, Tabitha. Thank you for your support. She writes, good morning. Let's chop it up. Edward writes, morning, y'all. Regina writes, good morning, all. Hope you're feeling better, Nate. I am. I felt better later Monday. Tuesday, I had some family business to take care of. Dale writes, good morning, Nate and Choppers. Eloise is in the house. She writes, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Glad you're feeling better. Hey, what's up, Eloise? Deshaun writes, good morning, everyone. Anthony writes, like and shit. That means everything, because Facebook, and you've heard other primarily black creatives say the same thing. It's like Facebook ain't doing its job. They ain't doing their job. They're trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do. It could be all in my head, but I don't think so. Because the numbers just don't add up. They just don't add up sometimes. Janice writes, good morning. I missed you. I missed y'all. Again, I hate missing any show. I feel like we got so much to talk about and break down, and we do it in a way that nobody else does. And I have fun with it. I love chopping it up with the people, with the choppers. Glad to be back, Brenda. Thank you so much. Brian's in the house. Good morning to you. NBA playoffs. Yeah, fantastic. I'm enjoying it. Bucks and Phoenix. Bucks and Phoenix. That's what I got. And I see Milwaukee Bucks winning again. Giannis is unstoppable. Speaking of NBA, I got a chance to view the Pivot podcast. They got a chance to talk with Shaquille O'Neal. And I thought it was some real gems in that conversation. It really was. When I look at Shaquille O'Neal, I look at these videos, but especially Shaquille O'Neal, he's just got a very unique perspective on being a human being in these days and times. He's done a lot. He's seen a lot. And so when he starts to talk that wisdom talk, man, people should pay attention to it. He expressed his regrets on effing up his marriages. He got deep for a couple of minutes. He really did. He talked about, effing up. I guess he was messing around, cheating on Shawnee O'Neal. And he said that, he had it all and he effed it up. He said, I had a beautiful woman, kids. He said the best feeling in the world was when he would walk in the door and he would hear 5 voices say daddy. And my wife and I have 2 children, and I can definitely relate. It's just a different feeling. You know, it's one of the best feelings in the world. Quite honestly, it is one of the best feelings in the world. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. There's other things that are pretty good, but it's nothing like that. Especially when you got that vibe with a woman. Like I said, you know, having children with a woman and you're not connected with her, it's not the same as having children with a woman and y'all are married. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, not to take shots at anybody anyway, but I'm just gonna have to say this because it needs to be said. And that is like, you know, you mistakenly get a woman pregnant. Y'all been kicking it. You had no idea. You don't love this woman. You don't got no kind of this woman. Y'all just kicking. It's just a physical thing. She up and get pregnant. That ain't the same as being married to a woman, right? So I ain't gonna gross her out or nothing, but to be very, very blunt with it, like my son, when we brought him home, we laid him in the same bed that he was conceived in. That ain't the same as having a baby mama or a woman who you had kids with and y'all still cool. It ain't nowhere near the same. It's a whole different experience. You cannot compare the two. And doing it that way it just brings a different level of intimacy for all the people involved. So when he was talking about that, I was like, yeah, I can see that, bro. Sometimes you don't know what you have until you lose it. Even for Shaquille O'Neal, I thought it was very interesting. He talked very real about that. As a black man, father, you know, I guess I don't know what the details were. I don't know what the details was about his marriage, but I thought it was real interesting. I posted a link on Facebook in the Friends Who Like the Nathan Ivey Show page. It's a closed group. Just knock on the door. We'll grant you entrance. And they don't want to come in. Cool. Come on in. Come on in. And I'm not satisfied with what we're doing with that group, quite honestly. When I look at the post reach, it's nowhere near what it needs to be or it should be. I mean, quite honestly, it is actually statistically on par from what I know about engagement in groups, but I don't care. I want more engagement. So I've been thinking about some ways in which I can engage that group more. If you got any, please hit me with direct message. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to waste no time. You know what I'm saying? Time is fleeting. Brandy writes, good morning. Mika writes, good morning, choppers. Happy hump day. Time to secure the bag. This show is about, this is a black family show. I mean, that's just what it is. It's different. I don't know how do you describe it, quite honestly, on some levels. It's a little different. It's just kind of morphed into different things. Like you start one way sometime creatively, and if you're smart, you know, you're smart enough to just watch things, and then sometimes it'll take you in a different direction. This show has definitely gone in some different directions. Like, it's not uncommon for the wifey and I. And you know what? I met one of the choppers over the weekend. I was at a fight party. Oh, man. Was it Crystal? Yeah, we just happened to be in the same room together, and she came over. I guess she said she recognized the wifey because sometimes the wifey will come on cam. And I thought it was super dope, man. Every man, choppers support choppers, man. It's a small world. Good morning. Shaba writes, say Nate, would silver spoons include individuals being raised by both parents? Wow. Damn. That's kind of deep, brother. That's kind of deep right there, man. Wow. That's interesting. That's not what I had in mind, but now you put it that way. I don't know. I need to circle back around and talk about that. That could be a whole show on that. But I was talking about more of like, you know, like a traditional silver spoons type of way. Pat writes, good morning. Mika writes, I despise people who say ignorant stuff like that. Nikki writes, good morning, everyone. Shelly Shells in the house. What's up, Shelly Shell? Everybody looking fantastic. Everybody looking good. At least on Facebook profiles looking good now. I hate filters. Stop using filters unless it's just fun. You go on some of these Facebook pages with women, it's primarily every page, every photograph, they didn't filter it out. Don't do all that. That's like digital makeup. You don't need all that. You just drink a lot of water and work out. Get your skin looking right. That's all you got to do. I'm not saying you're using a filter, Shelly. I can't see. I'm just saying in general. I ain't been on for two days, so I got a lot of shit in my head. 14 is too young for a girlfriend, boyfriend, period. I agree with you. And to be kissing in the mouth in front of me and all that kind of stuff. Now, that's a separate issue than you being transgender. That's a different kind of issue. Now, what you do in my circle is me condoning it. I can't stop you. Like, I was kissing girls at 14, thought I was kissing girls at 14. I don't know what I was really doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure some of you were kissing people at 14, 15. That's probably when around the time you lost your virginity, somewhere around there. That's what 14 and 15 years are going to do. Okay, I get it. But is that too young for a girlfriend, boy? Officially, yeah. Like, you're not going to be officially recognized as a real thing by your mom and dad. But what you do behind our backs, I don't know. I think, if I remember correctly, my daughter did have a boyfriend for a little while. She had a boyfriend, and they would see each other at school, whatever that meant. And they would text each other, and whoever knows what else they was texting, I don't know. So maybe that's common. Edward writes, what's up, Edward? He writes, for some, this is not a problem. If this photo was a boy and a girl, you can't make an apple or orange. Let this child be what he will be. When I grew up, the folks try to beat it out their children. All they accomplished was making their kids, their child, closeted. They are now married and gay with children. Some are married and gay and infected their spouse with HIV. My point, let those children be. Edward, I agree completely. Let your child be who they gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I get it. I can understand it, but I don't feel that way. But I can understand if you're a heterosexual man, you're a heterosexual black man, you heterosexual, right? You heterosexual than a motherfucker. All that, right? And your son come home and say, Dad, I'm gay. I can understand how you looking at yourself like, what the fuck? I'm Mr. Heterosexual. How my son do this, right? But it's not about you. It's not about you. It's not a reflection on you. If you was being your authentically true self and being the father you're supposed to be. Like, yo, check it. My job is to be the best father I can be to these kids. When they get 18 or become whatever they're going to become, that's on them. I've laid the foundation. I did my work. Me and your mama chilling now. Go do whatever you going to do. I wipe my hands of it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean that. I wipe my hands of it in terms of me like getting involved with you in every little intimate detail of your life. I don't need all that. You don't need me to do all that. You'll figure it out. I'm your dad. You know what I'm saying? My job is different. Here's the meme right here that somebody posted. Lee posted this. D-Wade's trans daughter has a new trans boyfriend. He was a she and she was a he. Now, why are you who made this fucking meme? Who made this? Why is you making memes about this family? Come on, y'all, it's 2022. It's 2022. I don't see the problem with it. I don't see the problem with the way that they, and I'm talking about that grown black man, D-Wade, 40 years old. Gabrielle Union, I don't know how old she is. I think she's a little older than him. Those are grown black people. They're not dumb. They're not dumb. People act like he I've said this now. This will be the third time I'm saying it, but people are always cycling in and out of the show. So if you've been here the whole time and you're like, damn, Nate, you said it already. Well, get ready. I'm about to say it again. People come across as if they want D-Wade to put his child in some type of transgender conversion therapy camp. People act like they want D-Wade to post a video of him using corporal punishment to sort of like he gonna use pain, right? We gonna beat the transgender out of you. Would that make some of you folks happy? Some of you God-loving folks, love Jesus. Would Jesus do that? What would Jesus do to my Jesus folks out there? What would Jesus do? I think Jesus would say, look, you might have some incredible hardships, but if this is who you are, this is who you are. That's all D-Wade is saying. That's it. So in an era in which we are always lamenting, fathers not being in the home and men who have run out on their children, here's a black man that's standing 2 feet tall on the ground for his child. And I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I do, honestly. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think it's absolutely beautiful. We need more of this. He's teaching people. Hopefully he'll soften some people up. Because D-Wade wasn't soft on no court. He wasn't soft out there. Man, I seen D-Wade shove this. D-Wade wasn't soft. And he was real out there. He was one of those. For a time, he might have been the best in the NBA. That year when they won that championships, Flash was incredible. He was incredible. Get to the rim whenever he wanted to. Had a very unorthodox style. Very unorthodox. Championships, champion. He wasn't soft because it takes a lot of strength to do something like that. And that's what we're seeing. I love it. I applaud it. Way to go. Great father. Great black father. Way to go, D-Wade. Keep it up. Brian writes, if he or others don't want criticism about his family, stop putting your business out there. Do what you do in your house or space, but when you want likes or attention, be careful. You might get it. He's right. Brian, you're right about that. You're right. When you live in the social media age, when you put something out there, you can't be complaining because people criticize you, right? So I'm doing the complaining for him. Okay, I'm standing tall, 2 feet tall with D-Wade. That's a good black father. It don't matter what my sexuality is. It don't matter what my personal viewpoint is. It don't matter. The only thing that matters is that agape love you show to your child. That's it. We need more kids that have that kind of relationship with their father. You know what I'm saying? We need more of that, not less of it. We need to promote. That's love. That's black love right there. People don't know what they're seeing, but that's black love. That's black love right here. Let me show you right here. That's black love. You see D-Wade out there and he posting videos of his child and they proud and love. That's black love. That's all that is. I wonder how many black children had parents that got all in their feelings and tried to beat it out of them or shame them or, how you going to expect your kid to come to you and talk to you about things they might feel some kind of way about if when they tell you some things they feel some kind of way about and you just react? They ain't gonna never come to you no more. They gonna stop talking to you about those kind of things. And those are the kind of things you want them to tell you. I mean, I just think about all the black children, the black and brown children out there that were probably abused by parents, a father that got in his feelings. How many fathers left their kids because you think your kid's gay and all this kind of shit. It's ridiculous. That's not why God made you a father. That's not why God put you in a life. David writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you, David. Y'all, I don't have no personal issues with this new chief, man. But every time I see her, and there's been some shootings and some incidents happen, I don't have a good feeling. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not saying anything negative about Thiki. It's just a feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowed to share my feelings. I don't have no evidence. I don't have nothing to back it up. I'm just saying it's just my spider sense. That's all I'm saying. My spider sense is tingling about the interim police chief. Your spider sense never goes off? My spider sense, every time I see her, my spider sense go off like, nah, she ain't it. That's just me. Now, there might be some people in the police ranks and you don't like that. Okay. We can always agree, disagree. There might be some people in, I don't know, the AFTAB administration. Maybe you don't like that. Okay. That's just a personal viewpoint. I don't have anything to back it up. If I did, I'd share it with you. Anybody else feel that way? You ever get a vibe from somebody like, nah, he ain't right. She ain't right. You ever been like that before? You can just feel it. I get that feeling about her. I hope I'm wrong. Cass writes, Nate with the facts this morning. Good morning to you. As I said earlier, Cass just published a book. Follow her on Facebook. And if it's something you into, go ahead and make that purchase. You know what I'm saying? Choppers support choppers. Hope to catch up with her real soon and talk about it here on the show. Choppers support choppers. If y'all anybody writing books, opening businesses, doing anything, please let me know first. Because choppers support choppers. The door is always open. Always open to the choppers. Nat writes, good hump day, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Tony writes, good morning. Hey, Tony, thank you so much, bro. Good to see you. Kamika writes, go get some business. Right. Go get some business. My life is too busy, man. I got too many other issues to deal with to be worried about how some other family is raising their child. not in no kind of deep way. And again, the brother's doing the right thing. I love it. Tanika writes, God gives us free will, Nate. That doesn't mean he approves of our decisions. Listen, when God was sick of, what was it? Sodom and Gomorrah? Was that what it's called? Didn't he destroy that city? Okay. So God has the power to disrupt whatever he don't like. Like, God is the first and ultimate disruptor. So if something's happening here on earth that he don't like, the Bible and history has shown us that God will disrupt. So I just leave it like that. Charles writes, he was calling himself a dirty, disgusting, shit-eating bird. Sounds about right. You was wrong, Charles. You was so wrong, man. I love the choppers. Because I thought the same thing. I was like, of all of the birds that you want to call yourself, Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Deters, he sat down with his biggest stand. Jason Williams is a stand to Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Deters. Like, Jason Williams can write these pieces and he can get into minutia about all of the Democrat-led, the decisions that are being made from city council. He can look at it and turn it, and he's so critical. He don't ask no questions that Joe Deters relevant to shit. Nothing. He just sits there like a fanboy while Joe Deters is talking that talk about how, and again, I like to know who spent the money. Who paid for this? Did you know that the Hamilton County Prosecutor paid? The Hamilton County Prosecutor paid to have plaques placed on every floor inside of the Hamilton County Prosecutor's offices. So on every floor, there's a plaque with a quote on it, engraved into it, that was said around the battles of Gettysburg. Did you know this shit? Who paying for this? Are you paying for this with drug forfeiture money? Please tell me Joe Deters is not paying for these ridiculous plaques with drug forfeiture money. So this is money that is basically blood money that comes from our neighborhoods, right, that can be claimed by the prosecutor's office, and then state law says that the prosecutor can do what he wants to do with it. And Joe Deters spreads it around to, his favorite places, and, paying his friends tens of thousands of dollars to update security systems, all this kind of shit. Really improper shit, right? And when as I'm reading the article, I'm like, wait a minute, are you not gonna ask him how you these conservatives, man, they can penny pinch every dollar. But you're not gonna ask Joe Deters how he paid for these plaques? Now, if he asked them and I missed it, then that's all on me. But I read it many times, and I didn't see nothing on there. You know what the quote is? It's some old dumb shit. Some old, Joe Deters thinks he's cast himself like he's God's warrior in Hamilton County. He's been brought here to fight against the angry hordes of Democrats and liberal policies. I kid you not. And Joe Deters and Jason Williams is sitting there eating all that shit. Eating all of it. I'm like, you're not going to challenge none of this? Gosh darn. Gosh darn. I know that's lame as fuck to say, but it's just the first thing that comes to my mind, so I'm trying not to curse so much. All right, so just give me a little latitude on that. I'm an imperfect being. But this Joe, let me get this quote for you. It's some dumb shit. It's the dumbest shit ever that nobody really cares about. Because, basically he's militarized the Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office. Now he's running around to the Columbus trying to get them to pass legislation. Wait a minute, Joe. You're supposed to be the Hamilton County Prosecutor. Now you're running around in Columbus trying to get shit passed? In a recent interview, as of a couple years ago, within the last couple years, I can't remember exactly when. I remember it was on Jason Williams' column. It was a column. Maybe it wasn't Jason Williams, but it was in the Inquirer, in which Joe Deters said, talking about the death penalty, he said, well, Dave, my job is not a policymaker. My job is just to interpret the law and apply the law. But now he's a policymaker. Why? Because the Ohio Supreme Court basically voted and said that a bail that was set here in Hamilton County was unconstitutionally too high. So the backdrop of this is this whole fake ass war that the Republicans have going on, where they're trying to make it seem like the Democrat judges are too lenient and they're giving people bail per the Constitution, right? It's the craziest thing ever. So he's in some kind of war. He's God's warrior. He's in a war fighting against progressive policies. I'm not making this up. And as I'm reading it, I mean, it just seemed like, at least from what was published, it seems like Jason Williams just eating shit. Tastes good, boss. Can I have some more? It's like, you ain't ask this man, challenge this man. And the first question is, Joe, who paid for these plaques? Let me get a snapshot of these plaques for you so you can see this shit. This is what your Hamilton County prosecutor is doing. Sitting around thinking of dumb shit to do with money. Like, this is the shit that you got time to think about. It's like, you know what? Well, you're just doing some reading about the battles of Gettysburg and you came across the quote, Joe, and you're like, you know what? I need that in every floor of the Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office. The most ridiculous shit ever, man. This is crazy. And Joe Deters is such a fear monger. That's the other thing he needs to be called out on. He's such a fear monger. Joe Deters is a fear monger because that's the only fucking way he can stay in office, is to make these white folks scared as hell, to convince them that the streets are just lawless. You can't go anywhere in Hamilton County because you might be the victim of crime. I've been in every part of this city. Ain't nobody ever did nothing to me. I've been in every part of this city, and I mean every part of this city. On the ground, walking around, talking to people, chilling. Ain't nothing happened to me. 9 times, I mean, could you be the victim of crime? Sure, you live in America. We got a capitalist system where we value money over everything. And when you got a system like that, you're going to have people that's going to be willing to do anything to get that money. People drug addicted. But if you keep your nose clean and stay out, fuck out of other people's business, more times out of not, you're going to be cool. Stop playing with grown people. Leave them gangsters alone and you'll be fine. 9 times out of 10, anything can't happen. We know that. But Joe Deters is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, fear monger in all of Hamilton County. He never gets called out on it, ever. Nobody ever says a word to Joe Deters. Some of these mofos is scared to freaking death of him. They're scared of him. I've seen the fear in their eyes, like behind the scenes. I'm like, damn. It's like this, the cult of Joe Deters. I mean, he's just a man. He got a job to do like everybody else. That's it. But Jason Williams is such a stand. He is a straight stand. He is a straight stand for Joe Deters. Straight stand. Oh my gosh. It's just, I guess it's his man crush, something like that. But not like in a sexual way, but just like, you know, he's the man I want to be. He's a tough guy. He's a warrior. Okay. I mean, everybody tough. I mean, anybody can be tough when you're the Hamilton County prosecutor. You're the prosecutor of Hamilton County. Yeah. You are the law on some levels. And God's warrior here in Southwest Ohio. So I'm jumping back and forth between different things. So Charles, I agree with you. He called himself a pigeon. It's the dumbest thing ever. So the reason why Joe Deters called himself a pigeon is he said that, this is a little bit of history of Cincinnati. Apparently, at some point, Cincinnati had a pigeon problem. And so to deal, and pigeons are, to me, pigeons are just nasty, filthy, dirty ass animals. Like, I would never compare myself to a pigeon. Fuck, I look like. Like, we ain't no that's regular degular. We ain't no regular degular. I wouldn't even do that. There's no quote that's smart in which I'm gonna refer to myself as a pigeon. Like, if we're doing, I'm on some fucking whatever the tightest, blackest, most big ass talons, whatever that animal is, that bird is. That's what I want to be. I don't be no mother pigeon. But anyway, he called himself a pigeon because apparently in Cincinnati's history, downtown Cincinnati had a pigeon problem. And so if you have a pigeon problem, you know what they do? They used to do, maybe they still do it, I'm not sure. They release natural predators like falcons. And that's what they did. And so he looked at him. So then there was this parallel that was drawn between the pigeons and the falcons preying on the pigeons. And the fact that Joe Deters is like the last Republican standing in the county office, and there's been a blue wave where Democrats have taken over the majority of county offices. So now they're the falcons that are looking to prey on the helpless pigeon, Joe Deters, who's got to stand tall. Is this a fucking comic book? This was in the newspaper. This was in the newspaper, y'all, with no pushback. Like straight up opinion. None. I'm looking at this. I'm reading this shit like, this is the dumbest interview, most one-sided interview I've ever read. It's just, I'm looking at this like, this is some straight fanboy-ish. You're not going to challenge this man at all on anything? But that's how they do, man. Hold on one second. Pigeon. It's ridiculous even thinking about it. So Joe Deters placed quotes. They're like plaques. Let me screenshot this for you. I can't make this up. Only in Hamilton County. You can do this? We need to change the laws. You can do this? You ain't. Oh my God. Was that a black-owned firm? Now, did they use Roadshow? They use Roadshow. I'll back off of it. I'll back off of it. Okay, now you're working with some black folk. I'll give you a little latitude on that. Oh my God. I was having too much fun, man. No man deserves all this fun. Hold on. This is hilarious. So here it is right here. I just screenshot it. This is it right here. You cannot withdraw under any condition. If you go, this line will be flanked. If you go, the enemy will sweep up over the hill and take this entire army from the rear. You must defend this place to the last. And apparently those are the orders given to Colonel Joshua Chamberlain, July 2nd, 1863 at Little Round Top, Battle of Gettysburg. What the fuck is he talking about? What is Joe Deters talking about? Man, can you just do your freaking job, please? What is he talking about? Can somebody break this down? It makes any sense? This is your Hamilton County prosecutor. He's got time to sit around thinking about shit like this. So we cannot, crime cannot be the problem that he keeps trying to make it out to be. Because if it was, he wouldn't have the time to think up shit like this. He'd be too damn busy. Going up to Columbus, trying to convince politicians to change the laws to fit what he thinks is supposed to happen. And this man has control over like indictments and shit. That Negro needs to go quickly. He needs to go quick. But again, he's the biggest fearmonger in Hamilton County. Oh, you don't vote for me. When these Democrats come in here, you know they're going to be soft on crime. Means you're going to be a victim of crime. You don't want to be a victim, do you? I don't want to be a victim, Joe. Save us, save us. One thing, little bit of news you can actually use is apparently Joe Deters was sick for a little while. He was sick for a little while and he just got married to Tanya O'Rourke, who was a local newscaster. Did you know all that? I'm just sharing with you what's in the article. And he announced that he will be running again. Now, What kills me is this. Joe Deters comes across like he's this super confident, intelligent, strong, big old John Wayne type, right? And the man couldn't even show up at the NAACP, digital forum to face against Fanon Rucker in a forum in which, at least on the surface, it would appear that he doesn't have the majority of folks that's gonna just like kiss his tailbone. He punked straight out of it. I was your moderator. He didn't even show up. I ended up doing the whole thing just with uh with Fanon Rucker, which was not the same. And your boy was prepared. You already know I was prepared. It was gonna be a different type of conversation. That was gonna be different. He effed that up. It was gonna be different, to put it that way. Your boy was ready. But not in a way that's disrespectful. Not in a way that I think would have come across like bias. It just would have been, for the first time ever, somebody would have been holding him accountable for the shit that comes out of his mouth. Because most of the time he just says whatever you want to say. I don't know. I'm just not really satisfied with what I've seen in the past. Not to say anything negative about anybody, but yeah, that's right. You didn't know that, huh? We under a siege. If you could not withdraw under any condition, you cannot withdraw. Oh my God, what is in his cup? But that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted. Tony writes, pigeons are filthy animals, so I guess it fits. Right. I'm like, I don't think you thought that all the way through, Joe. Some people refer to pigeons as flying rats. That's what you compare yourself to? But Joe has to paint himself, and Jason Williams was right there to help him. He wants to paint himself as the underdog, fighting the good fight, the Crusades, God's warrior. Man, if you don't sit your ass down, he's a product of low voter turnout. That's what it is. Low voter turnout, period. Fear and low voter turnout. That's what it comes down to. That's why Joe Deters remains in office. Fear. He's the number one fear monger in Hamilton County, and low voter turnout. That's just my opinion. Shaba writes, happy 420, raise them lighters up. I got a lighter here somewhere for candles. Charles writes, around the hole, so what Deters eats and okay, yeah, something like that. Don't reveal them secrets, Nate. I may have to. Tracy writes, they're trying to sell a book. I'm so sure DJ Envy doesn't care. Oh, that's what they're doing? Yeah, so DJ Envy and his wife did an interview. I didn't know they were trying to sell a book. They were on I think they were doing an interview with the Shade Room. And in that interview, it was revealed that, hold on, let me see if I can find it for you. His wife revealed that for 10 years, she was faking it. She was faking orgasms. Now, I would suspect that there's a lot of women that do that. And what I would urge you is not to do that. Keep it 100% with your man. And the reason why is because how does that make the situation any better? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to get any better unless you tell him he got to get better. You know, you're not saving anything. Let me see if I can find this for you. Yeah, I think I can. I think I can grab this for you. Let me see. Sometimes you got to play yourself to pay yourself. Is that what you're trying to say, Tracy? Check this out.
Today we did an interview with the Shade Room, and the Shade Room, of course, only posted a part of the interview, and this is the part that they posted.
Of course. I'm sure so many women can relate. Like, you want to reward that man for that work, and the only reward that you have to offer is an orgasm. But even if I didn't feel it, I would still be performative. So yes, I was faking it.
We got into like a argument, and then she was like, well, I don't be having an orgasm. And I was like, what? And she was like, I don't. I'm like, no, yes, you do. I hear it. Like, yeah, and then she was like, no, I'm faking it.
Yeah. Embarrassing black and brown men is like funny to women. If he has anything to be embarrassed. The person who should be embarrassed is his wife. Here's what I would say. Because I'm sure there's no women that's listening to this show that would ever fake anything, right? Because we real people. But men are performative as well. You ain't know that, did you? Men are performative as well. I'll leave it just like that. You know what I'm saying? A man can't necessarily fake an orgasm because there's evidence of an orgasm. But we can be performative, and most men are. You don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Why hurt somebody's feelings? And then sometimes maybe you want to just kind of add to the energy if the energy's not there. I mean, I get it. I get it. To any woman that may be faking orgasms, here's advice from a man. Don't do it. Keep it 100. Tell him the truth. It's about your pleasure and his pleasure. How's he going to get better if he doesn't know that he needs to get better? How's he going to find the target if he thinks he's already hitting the target? What are you doing? You know, that's one of those little lies I think that women tell that they don't really have to tell. Keep it 100. If he can't handle it, that's on him. It'll sober his ass up. Yo, check it. The truth is the truth. It is what it is. If that's a woman's truth, then that's what the truth is. And the truth is either bad or hurtful. It's all about how you interpret it. If your man is a man and you tell him that, then what he's going to do is he's going to start trying to get better, which is what you want. So her lying to him for 10 years just became a self-fulfilling prophecy where you're never going to orgasm now, sis. It's dumb shit. It's dumb shit. I think Tracy might be right, though. That's performative, right? I think you're right about that. Hey, good morning, LaMonica. What's up, LaMonica? Roots Tafari. What up, Roots? What up, Roots? Morning choppers. Ronald Rice, speak that. I've had some sad ass too. Sad ass. Charles Rice, DJ Envy, wife stroked his ego for 10 years and destroyed it in one swoop. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to stroke your spouse's ego. That's just a part of it. You ain't trying to break nobody down, but 10 years you gonna lie about some shit? So now it's like, what the fuck else you been lying about? You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't go there. Just keep it 100 and then help them find the target. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Dale writes, good morning, Nate and the Hella Choppers. Good morning to you. Tony writes, oh, I see Nathan is breaking the magician's code today. Yes, men are performative. You come to the territory. Dale writes, I never in my life faked it, LOL. Hey, good morning, Janice. Sheila writes, good morning, Nathan and Choppers. Angela writes, good morning, Nathan and Choppers. Good morning to you. Jeannie writes, good morning, Nathan and Choppers. Happy Wednesday. Kelly writes, good morning. Deborah Nesbitt. What up, Deborah? Good morning to you. And good morning to my peoples, man. They don't really come in here anymore, and I ain't happy about that, man. I miss their presence and their voices here in the chop shop, but I get it. You know, people got shit going on. They want to step away. The chop shop has a reputation. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But, for the choppers that's there and you listening, but you never chop in, you never jump into, you never parachute into the conversation, digitally speaking, then good morning to you as well. And the door is always open. Dell writes, not to this extent, Nate. They are sexually exploiting that kid. He's older, so who is a heterosexual? They didn't post a pic of him kissing his girlfriend. They're sexually exploiting who? Are you talking about D. Wade and Gabrielle Union? You're saying they're sexually exploiting somebody? Who? Who are they sexually exploiting? I don't see that. Sheila writes, I agree. If they are old enough to ask, they need to know the truth as you know it. Yeah, my daughter won't even come to me at this point for certain things. Let me back that up. I take that back. My daughter doesn't come to me about frivolous things. When she comes to me, she knows she's gonna get the straight dope. And she comes to me prepared for that. So usually when she comes to me with something like that, it ain't no little games. It's like she really wants to know, right? Because she's learned. Daddy, what is a vagina? Here's what it is. Here's what you got. Here's what you can do with it. I'm going to tell you it all. Nikki writes, I think some people want to see D-Wade do that. Nate, yeah, okay, it's not just me. Good morning to you, Nikki. Yeah, people want to see D-Wade. We got multiple conversations going on, okay? I haven't been on for 2 days, and so I've got all this stuff built up in my head, and the show's reflection of my brain anyway, in the sense that there's multiple things going on, and it's routine for us to have multiple conversations. So what I'm doing is I'm just using, per my style, I'm just using the comments to just talk about the various things we're talking about. That's it. Hey, what's up, Fast Pitch? Good to see you. It's been too long. It's been too long. She writes, no, but it would be nice if his other child was included in family photos. Since they love all their kids. Oh boy, what you implying? What's that mean? Sheila writes, parenting is loving your children as they are. Absolutely, absolutely. TNT writes, I thought about that. I don't know what my son is or my daughter is going to be in terms of their sexuality. I don't know. Sometimes, things will happen. Like, so, last year he liked a little girl. I was like, yeah, yeah. And, that seems to be the way he's going. Okay, cool. Like I said, I'm a heterosexual black man. So I want my son to be heterosexual. My daughter to be heterosexual. That's just me. I'm not against anybody. In fact, I'm for everybody. But who I am personally is just who I am personally. And I'm not going to take it personal. If my son grows up, as he gets older, he becomes gay, I'm not going to take that shit personal at all. You know what I'm saying? I might joke with the wifey, and we already have, like, what we doing wrong? Like with our daughter. She can't wait to leave. And I've turned to the wifey, like, she act like she living in a house of horrors or something. Motherfucking overprivileged Cosby kid ass motherfucker. Talking about you want to leave. I take some kind of offense to that. Like, what? Why you trying to leave so quick? You don't get nothing but love and free food and Wi-Fi. Shit, if you knew what I knew, you wouldn't want to leave. That's how I be looking at her. Like, shit, if you knew what I knew, you wouldn't want to leave. She'll be back. I can feel it. She gonna get out there and put her toe in the water like, this shit is hot. This shit is too real for me. And she'll be right back in the nest. I don't think my wife and I ever gonna be empty nesters. It's just not in our cards. I can just see it. Our baby birds is gonna be with us. You know what I'm saying? We just made it too good for them, I think. I keep telling the wifey, my son, boys are different. This motherfucker might want to lay with us until he's 30. That ain't gonna happen. So at some point, we're gonna have to turn the heat up on him inside the household. It's just too comfortable for your ass. You know what I'm saying? You're just too comfortable. And make sure you get out of here. I do jokes on the side. Angela writes, the church people are the worst judgmental people. They act like they haven't done anything. Yeah. Church people can be so, oh my gosh. There's some church people out there. I leave it just like that. Shaba Zulu writes, ain't nobody tripping off D-Wade kid, but why go viral with the kiss? I mean, I wouldn't, again, I don't think that D-Wade and Gabrielle Union took the photograph. They're out. And their child and their child's companion decided they were going to kiss. The paparazzi get the photograph's out there. I mean, they live in a Hollywood lifestyle. Nat writes, preteens don't understand sexuality, generally too young. I agree with you 100%. If my son said he was transgender, my instincts would be cool. But before you start doing anything radical, you know what I'm saying? Not radical, but big in terms of changes. And now you want to change your name. And just wait until you get a bit more mature, which for me is 18. Just get a little bit more mature. And when you get 18, if you still want to do this, like, we accept you now. Be who you going to be. But if you really want to take it to that next level and start letting the world know in terms of like thinking about surgery and changing your name and all that kind of stuff and being official with it, wait till you get a little bit older. You might feel differently or you might not. Either way, we got love for you. Are you hungry? Okay, come on and get some food. That's how we're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to dwell on nothing that's not positive for too long in this household. Kamiki writes, Oh, she's talking to Shaba. Shaba, drop writes, hello, 420 day, puff, puff, pass. Absolutely. There's a big conversation in the state of Ohio. Matter of fact, if you go to Cincinnati.com this morning, what you're going to see is an article about recreational marijuana. Will legal recreational marijuana make the ballot? You're talking about making the ballot in November. I don't know if it'll be in November, but legal marijuana is the future of Ohio. Okay. It's the future of Ohio. If you're inclined to do so, I would tell you, man, to look into that business because I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. And I've even talked myself into it on some levels. I think it's going to be an incredible business because my observation about Cincinnatians and Ohioans, but we'll say Cincinnatians because they got more experience there, is that Cincinnatians love their sports. They love their outdoor events. They love their food. They love their sausages and their chilies and like their pastas and their cheeses. You love all that shit, don't you? And you love to be entertained. And Cincinnatians love to get lifted. They love to get lit. Cincinnatians love to get lit. Get lit party. Yeah, not just the kids, but the adults too. The adults love to get lit. And Cincinnatians love their alcohol. Love it, love it, love it. Alcohol is paving a brand new way. All kind of bars, spaces where you can get you some wine, drink, get you some rum. And when they legalize marijuana for recreational use, it's going to be a marijuana tsunami. That's what it's going to be. You're going to see these outdoor events where people have THC lollipops and candies. Somebody's going to make like a Gold Star chili, Skyline chili, infused hot dog, get ready for it. Like anything dairy, anything that you could like cook with butter, cookies. You like Davis cookies now. Wait till they get them THC cookies. Motherfuckers going to be hot cakes. And the biggest question is not if, it's when and who. The biggest question about recreational marijuana being legal in Ohio is who is going to get paid. Are black and brown people going to get paid? What role are we going to play in that? How much of that pie are we going to get? That's what the question is. Going back a few years ago, there was a gubernatorial candidate out of New York, a white female. Matter of fact, she used to be on Sex and the City. I can see her face, but I can't recall her name. And as she was running for governor, part of her platform was, and she said this, she said, I think that legal marijuana can be like a form of reparations. So she was looking on some real progressive shit, like, wait a minute, this is a brand new industry. We need to make sure that black and brown folks, because think about it, marijuana was used as an excuse to stop how many people? Tickets, court costs, lost revenue because lost wages because you're off the job, probation. Like, I don't think there's ever been a study that's been done to calculate the toll that we paid, right? And marijuana was used as a legal provocation on some levels, like pulling you over. I think I smell something, right? Next thing we know, boom, 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 right? So since marijuana was legally used to, I put it this way, harm the black community, well, now that it's legal, it should be used to promote and help the black community. That's just how I look at it. And there are some people in the state of Ohio that feel the exact same way. Now, they're not getting a lot of traction. They're not getting a whole lot of heat, and they're getting no media attention whatsoever. Right? But there are people thinking that way, Democrats, primarily, and then people in the community as well. There are people thinking that way because it just makes sense. It just makes sense. I mean, I don't even know how you could calculate that number. That would be I would read that study. I'd love to see somebody do something like that. Like, what's the toll? Like, the war on drugs was really a war on black people using drugs as a subterfuge. That's really what it was. Okay, well, now that we legalizing this shit, we want to get paid. This is a capitalistic society. Money matters. It's all about money. Everybody understands that when it comes, except when it comes to, paying America's debt, but it is what it is. Where's the agape love for the break baby? Y'all are so critical. Why are you so critical, Fast Pitch? Why are you so critical? Look, let me say this again. D. Wade is a good father. By all appearances, he is a good father. He had a break baby. He's D freaking Wade. He probably got women in his DMs all the time. Beautiful women. That's hard for a man to turn down. Damn it. That's hard for a man to turn down. Okay? Things happen. He wasn't trying to have no baby with that woman. You know what he was trying to do. He wasn't trying to have no damn baby. But break babies happen. Okay? Why you got to bring up old shit, Fast Pitch? Gosh darn it. Damn. Yeah, a little break baby. Okay, it happens. So damn critical. Gosh darn it. Politically Petty Podcast Show writes, morning in choppers. I just looked at my wrist. I got time today. F it. I'm crossing the line today. Damn. Gonna cross the line today, huh? I like that. Tanika writes, we just D-Wade to keep his family business to himself. So why so we need to know about his child's sexual orientation? Okay. Regina writes, I have to be honest, I don't understand. It's confusing, but I would never turn on my kids no matter what. I don't understand being transgender either because I've always known who I am. I can't imagine myself being any other kind of way. It's not even possible, right? But what I can do is empathize. And so what I mean is as strongly and as devoutly and as confidently and as resolutely and whatever the word may be, as I know who I am, I can empathize and realize that that's the same way other people who either may be gay or transgender or bisexual, and that's how they feel about how they are. They feel just as resolutely, maybe I'm saying it wrong. They feel as strongly, put it that way, about who they are as I do about who I am. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. I don't need anything else. TNT writes, the child is not 18 and they are posting images of their child and someone else's child in a sensual kissing embrace that was inappropriate for their ages and akin to child porn images. Child porn images? Are you kidding me, TNT? You got to be kidding me. Child porn? I ain't even think nothing like that. Number one, I didn't look too much into the kiss. Like, oh, okay, I see him kissing there now. I'll be honest with you. I knew it was there, but I don't know. I wasn't really looking at it. Child porn? Oh, dear Lord. Dear Lord. And what I'm here to tell you is D-Wade did not take that picture. D-Wade didn't take that picture. They were at an event, and I'm sure D-Wade and Gabby is like, oh, gosh darn it, why are you not here? They kissed, they took the photograph. And that ain't no damn child porn. TNT. Oh my God. I'm just going to move on. Jerome writes, good morning, Nathan Choppers. Daryl writes, I keep saying these liberal black women is a detriment to the black community. Yeah, I said it. And if you are offended, then I'm talking about you. See, there you go, Daryl. You're trying to get all the smoke this morning. You're trying to get all the smoke this morning. Liberal black women? I don't understand that. Daryl, you are out on a limb all by yourself on this one. I'm not coming up there with you, bro. Good morning to you. Marisha writes, good morning. Good morning to you. Sean writes, so Nate, you would allow your kids to show their affection, kiss their boyfriend, girlfriend in public? PDA. Allow. So no, I wouldn't. So we went over to Alt Park a couple weekends ago because my daughter had her 11th grade junior prom. She had her date there. We were there. We taking photographs. They weren't kissing. I don't know if they kissed that night. I didn't even ask my daughter. I figured she might even tell me, but she's too young. Don't do that in front of us. No. But imagine, but that's not the scenario. People saying let. To me, it didn't seem like it was about letting anything. To me, what it seemed like in that image is they were on like the red carpet, or not even the red carpet. Sometimes it's just like they have like these backgrounds up. It's got branding on it. And then people walk and they take photographs. So maybe like the red runway or the walkway or what the catwalk, whatever the fuck it's called, I don't know. And they decided they were gonna kiss. And then then the paparazzi took a photograph. That's not D Wade saying or doing anything. But let's say they're okay with it. Let's say they're okay with it. That's on them. You know, that's their own morality inside their household. You know, I would do something different if it was me. Shelly writes, why is it okay for young teens to be tonguing each other down nowadays? ? Kissing leads to a lot of things, so that image goes beyond the gender thing. Vernon writes, what up, Nathan Ivey? Glad to see you up and around. Same to you, brother. Good morning to you and your family. Is that the family photograph? I love it. Love it. Timothy writes, more going on with these people exploiting and exposing their children. Who's exploiting and exposing their children? You talking about D Wade and Gay? I don't know. I don't know about that. TNT writes, if I was the other child's parent and this famous couple took pictures of my child and their child in an act that I wouldn't allow in my presence, let alone be archived and distributed to the damn world, I would be ready to sue. FOH. I'm out of here, she writes. Why would you sue their parents? You can't stop. I didn't see the video footage of it. But was D Wade and Gabrielle Union like, hey, y'all, go ahead and kiss for the cameras? I don't think that's what happened. I don't think that's what happened at all, but Tony writes, hearing dad is euphoric. It is. It is. Little chorus of voices all looking at you and saying dad. It is. It can be. Gladys writes, good morning, Nate. The Choppers. Enjoy your day. Janice writes, and there's nothing better than having a good daddy. No, that's right. Chris writes, good morning. Shelly writes, what's up, Nate? Happy Wednesday, brother. LOL. No filter being used, though. Okay. All right. Let's see you, Shelly. See. They call us cis hetero now, Nate. LOL. Cis hetero? Is that what that's called? Sister Iris is in the house. TNT writes, exactly behind their backs, but D Wade and Gabrielle Union is showing case like they child run their house. He does what he wants, huh? No boundaries or rules. I'm sure they have boundaries and rules. There's no parent that has no boundaries and rules with their kid. That would be a bad parent. And D Wade is a good parent. It's just that they have different boundaries. You know what I'm saying? They have different boundaries. The one boundary for them is maybe different. Like their boundary around the sexual orientation of their child is different than other people's boundaries. And I'm glad what D Wade is doing, because what he's showing is that this is just another Black family, American Black family. Families may have different sexual orientations inside the same family, but what he's showing is love. That's what I see. He's showing that Black love. And I think people are underplaying that. Y'all need to get hip. Vernon writes, can't be gay in my house. 18, be gay anywhere you want. But what that means is that your kid is still gay. But you're now teaching them that they can't be honest with you about who they are. That's all that matters. They're not gonna like be heterosexual until they get 18 and then hit a button and now I'm gay. No, they're gay. They're just, their voice is just being stifled. Who they are is just being suppressed in your house. That's all. And D Wade and Gabby said, we don't want you to be suppressed. You know damn well that D Wade was like, you what? Man, hold on. You gonna have to wait till you 18. You know he had that conversation, but every child is different. There might be some children out there who at 14 absolutely know that they're transgender or they are outside of who they think they really are. Could be. Tracy writes, parenting doesn't stop at 18. My 20-year-old needs more advice now than ever. The foundation was laid. I can see that. They need a lot of advice about that early adulthood. Yeah, I know I did. Janice writes, so if your child is a boy and thinks he's a girl, should you allow him to have a boys over for a sleepover or only girls? Ja, I'm confused. I'm not really, it depends. It depends. So let's say your child, it just depends. It really depends. You know, that's all I can say. It really depends. My daughter has never had like a male friend sleep over at our house, although she's been at her cousin's house, right? And slept over there. And I think she slept on the floor or the couch or something like that. She's had female friends over. And then she has a friend who, you know, we're close to her family. We know they're good people. And she's allowed to spend the night over her house. And of course, her friend can spend the night over our house because I like the girl. She seemed like she was raised right, and I know her peoples. So yeah, we do that. I don't know. I think it's a case by case, child by child basis. I'm thinking heterosexuality become an endangered species. I don't think heterosexuality will ever become an endangered species or endangered preference. I don't think so. Chris writes, hey, Nate, what's up with the financial plan? You know what, Chris? I was just thinking about over the weekend. I haven't heard from the brother. I'm going to reach out to him today. I wanted to give him a little bit more time. And I was like, you know what? I haven't heard anything. And just set up what those dates are so I can let everybody know because I want to get started. So I'm going to try to make sure we get this done by the end of April. Okay. So that's what's up, Chris. For sure. Cass writes, he's doing what a good father's supposed to do. I would rather be aware my child is kissing a boyfriend, girlfriend, and having discussions about boundaries and what I allow versus them feeling like they have to hide things from me and go behind my back. Absolutely. But see, that honesty piece is a big thing. You know, I'm big on that. And maybe it's the Virgo in me. But the thing about that honesty piece with your kids is you can't overreact when they come tell you some shit. So Medium Buddha has come and told us some shit, and I had to stop the wifey because she about to go one way with it. And I'm like, nah, we chill. We chill on this. And we make it about safety because young people are going to do what young people are going to do. You know, children are going to do what children are going to do. You know, sexuality is an eventuality. I don't get all super squeamish about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she going to be who she going to be. And she going to do all the things that young people do. It is what it is. Let me see here. Give me 1 second here. I'm surprised I let it go this long. I ain't really happy with the way that lights works. Hold on 1 second. It's a little bit too much for me. I think I like this better. Yeah. So back to your chat. This morning. Good morning, Brent. What's up, Brent? Good morning to you. Good to see you. Timothy writes, man, get out of here. People handle their business internally. TNT writes, Gabrielle Union and D Wade wasn't even that affectionate in a picture as this child and friend. TNT, that's just one picture. You know, one picture doesn't tell the entire story of the event. Why are y'all so damn critical of these people? Nat writes, he's kissing a saltine who has a vagina, who say there is a boy. For Easter pics? Gotcha. Yeah, Easter's different now. Well, Easter's different then. Like, wasn't there a part in the Bible where Jesus was like embracing prostitutes and all this kind of stuff? You know what I'm saying? There was a time when people thought that was like blasphemous. And there's this part in the Bible, as I remember, where Jesus is embracing somebody who's living a lifestyle that a lot of religious folks would judge. Okay, well, the moral of that story is we ain't nobody to judge. So what difference does Easter make? Like, if you're transgender, you can't support Easter, Nat? I don't get it. I don't understand that. Oh, my work is just starting. Lord, forgive me. Crystal writes, good morning. John writes, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Drop writes, Magic Johnson's son turned out okay. Now, why you had to bring up Magic Johnson's son? You wrong for that, Drop. You wrong for that, bro. Janice writes, what do you think is happening in the world today? Question mark, question mark. Absolute turmoil. We are living in the last days. I'll say that. We are. John writes, the best person to be chief of any police department is someone who doesn't want or need it. If you get a bad vibe from the interim chief, it will be because she wants or needs to be chief too much. Yeah, I said that earlier, didn't I? What's her name? Thigi? I don't know. I ain't with the business on that one. I'm not with the business on that one. I don't know anything about Thigi. She seems to be very quiet. I didn't even know she was on the police force until she became the interim. It just seemed like she didn't really have a presence in the community. That's just me. Maybe like not in our community. I never even knew she was there. Maybe I've seen her name written a couple times here or there, but now she's everywhere. And I don't know. I just get a vibe. Just get a vibe, man. Spider sense. That Virgo spider sense is never wrong. It's never wrong. Tracy writes, nah, Nate, we paying for it. Drug forfeiture money is their blow money. Yeah, look what we paying for. Yeah, circling back around, Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Deters, white male Republican, and he is casting himself. He called himself a pigeon. He referred to himself as a pigeon. And it had to do with a historical reference. At some point, pigeons were like a problem in downtown Cincinnati. So concerned people introduced natural predators into the local ecosystem. Look at me with big words. And dealt with the problem. And so Joe Deters paralleled that situation to him being a Republican and a Republican in a county position, elected position, and Democrats have basically taken over countywide. So they're the predatory birds of prey, and he's the dirty ass flying rat, the pigeon. His words, not mine. His words. And in a recent interview with Jason Williams, in which Jason Williams revealed that he is a stan for Joe Deters, Joe Deters revealed that he had some plaques made. And there's one of these plaques that you see on the screen right now that's hanging on the wall of every floor of the Hamilton County Prosecutor's offices. It's some shit from the Battle of Gettysburg. And I'm like, what the hell does that have to do with you doing your job? What's that have to do with you doing your job as Hamilton County Prosecutor? How can we have a crime issue? How can it really be a problem and you got time to make plaques? Talking about how you got to hold the line or you're going to get overrun from the flank and all these bullshit. You ain't ready for no damn war games. I don't believe it 1 minute. I don't believe it 1 minute that Joe Deters would ever be in a war. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I don't. Not one bit. And my question is, who's paying for this? That's my question. Who is paying for this? Who paid for this? That is my question. Flying rats. A raven? I don't know. No, I'm not a raven, man. I mean, what's the biggest, baddest flying bird out there? That's what I want to be. Diane writes, where's the break baby? If he's so much in the family, she or he is a mystery. I'm just saying. Well, the break baby, Diane, is probably with his mama. That's where. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all just not going this. That's D Wade. He allowed a break baby. Gabby accepted it. She knew. She wanted D Wade. You sure some other women want him too? It is what it is. Tony writes, only a drunkard would make a dirty bird sound heroic. You're wrong for that. Iris writes, nope, the prosecutor's office did not use the black-owned and operated plaques and award businesses. Iris, that was the only way I was going to give Joe Deters some slack this morning on this topic, is if he was working with Rocho or some other black-owned plaque-making business. He couldn't even if that's drug forfeiture money and it's going to be used, it needs to be bidded out. And black-owned businesses need to have a priority in the way that drug forfeiture money is being used, because it's coming from our community. How you going to take blood money from the community and then use it in a way that don't directly benefit that community? I'll say it again. How do you take drug forfeiture money, blood money from a community, and then not turn around and put that money right back in a positive way? That's wrong. That should be against everyone. We need to be talking about going to Columbus and influencing lawmakers. We need to change that. Oh my God. Damn, Tanya O'Rourke, you want that problem? Apparently so. 10T writes, Joe Deters comes across like he's under the influence. Mika writes, wasn't she the reporter who was drunk dancing on tables at the restaurant on the square? I don't know. Who was that? Vernon writes, Nate, it was proven that a lot of black people voted for Drunken Joe. Shame on those black people. Shame on them. But again, fear, conditioning. Joe Deters he's a fear monger extraordinaire. He knows how to extort those votes using fear. Look what he did to Fanon Rucker. Some of those TV ads. Like Fanon Rucker was going to be sympathetic on criminals. Why would Fanon Rucker be sympathetic on criminals? Why would that? Doesn't make any sense. Like their arguments don't even make any sense. What's up, Brittany? Good morning to you. What up? Brittany writes, well, sometimes we end to wrap it up, so we pretend, especially when we are done. I get it. I can understand that. All I'm saying is that men are performative as well. Women put on a performance during sex, and so do men. And don't think we don't. Lemmy writes, good morning. Was that the guy from the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy? Yeah, he was just here for some kind of real estate thing. I didn't go to it, but he was just here recently. Tiffany writes, didn't he say it started when they were 17? Yeah, they were together for like the first 10 years. He explained it and said, I was 17 and didn't know what I was doing, which I understand. Yeah, 17, you don't know what the fuck you doing. Unless you started when you was like really, really early. I fake it, Nate. Sometimes enough is enough. I got get to work at 12:30 a.m. Thank you, Vernon. Men fake it too. Kevin writes, ejaculation is not an orgasm. Men can ejaculate and it's not to the level of orgasm. The same way a woman makes climax but never an orgasm, there's a difference. Why are you getting all into the details, man? Gosh darn it, Kevin. I'm start calling you Kevin on Google. Googling up shit. Talking about ejaculation is not an orgasm. I mean, I know that. Kevin on Google. Michael writes, here's my question. If he's her first and only, how does she know what she is missing? You're right about that. She don't. She don't know what she's missing, but she knows she's not having an orgasm. So, Tiffany, it sounds like that was way behind them. Like Tracy has it right. They put that out there just to sell books. Now that wouldn't want to make me, I don't read the fucking book because of that. That's not why I wouldn't read it. I would be more interested in like more what he was doing, his radio kind of thing, business kind of thing. But some people might want to read the book because of that, I guess. Kamiki writes, women should be honest, but not all men are receptive to that critique. That's the thing about being a man. Like, if you're going to ask for honesty, you got to be willing to take that honesty. You got to be willing to take that honesty. You can't overreact. You can't like get all in your feelings. I don't hit the G spot. I mean, you just got to be like, okay, B. You know what I'm saying? Baby, B for baby. Okay, B. Okay, bae. Show me how to do this. That's it. Dwight writes, you don't show up on my Facebook page anymore. I thought you were off the air. Dwight, man, gosh darn it. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. It's gosh darn Facebook people, man. Preach, Nate. They ready to leave. Let me see. Let me write multiple conversation. Yes. Nakia writes, I miss you last couple of days. I miss you as well, Nakia. I miss all the choppers. Absolutely. Tiffany writes, did you see the interview with Shaq where he says he's putting his boys out at 18, but the girls can stay until they want? I did not. TNT writes, they had to approve it. Let me write, legal marijuana is coming a new revenue. Tony writes, I got a nephew hard at work perfecting his edibles right now. He's smart. Very smart. Let me see. It has amazing medical use with no side effects. Let me see. Okay. I never see this much outrage when the images of the kids putting the middle fingers, holding guns, etc., are released. I don't know about that, Deshaun. I mean, people in the black community be outraged about it. They be outraged about it. I can't say I don't see that. They definitely be outraged about it. People don't be happy about that kind of stuff, and you know, I see it. You might not see it, but I see it. TNT writes, you stretching. Mike writes, they say Wade is gay. Oh my God, now he's gay. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is what I'm about to. That's all I know. All I know is what I'm into, what I'm about. Kevin writes, he didn't embrace it at the end. He said, go and sin no more. I'm just saying. Oh my God. He said, he without sin cast the first stone, though. That's right. He without sin cast. That's why I don't throw no stones. Brittany writes, I don't mind my kids liking people as teens. That's natural. Once they want to date, I won't glorify their teen relationship. You still have to have boundaries and stay in your kid lane. With you on that. Cass Rice replying to Kevin, but he also didn't turn away the sinner. We cast folks out before we even know what the whole sin was. Dee Dee writes, I think what is happening in the world is that people are less fearful, embarrassed about being who they are. People are not all of a sudden LGBTQ. They are not comfortable in a society not being what is acceptable. And now folks don't give a fuck about other folks' standards. Right. I think, you know, it's funny, man. Is like, I just remember a time when there was a much more of a stigma to it. And I'm glad we are where we are because I always thought it was silly. All right. Listen, folks, got to make a move. I really appreciate you being here. I'll be back with you throughout the rest of the week. I don't anticipate any disruptions in the show. If you've got show ideas, if you've got podcast ideas, you got topics, please hit me up with a direct message. You can always text me at 953-4224. That's 513-953-4224. The number's in today's description as well. Hit me up, join my text community. Have an excellent rest of your Wednesday, and we'll talk real soon. I'm out.